Welcome back to the Blue Garage, guys. I am Greg. Today we have an awesome project from Baja Design. Love the kit, love the setup that I'm gonna install. I have installed the XL80 ditch lights on the hood, the S2 Sports that you see over my shoulders with the custom brackets that you guys can get on my new website. I'll be sharing that here throughout the video. And down below, I have the Pod Hole S1 flush mount kit. Love everything that I've done with the truck light-wise. We're just gonna add to it. Today, we have, see if I can do this without them falling out, the S1 pods. S1 pods for wide cornering. Outside of my XL80 on the hood, and they're gonna be angled out ever so slightly just for wide cornering. I do have the amber XL80s on the hood, so I went with white for the wide. Super excited to get this project started, guys. But I have another mount that I'm gonna talk about, a bracket from Arango Design on Amazon. I will add a link to everything as I do below, and then buyp3.com for your Baja Design lights, any of your Baja Design lights with the discount code BGBAHA10. Without further ado, guys, I'm gonna get this project started. We're gonna get them installed, get more lights on the truck, more Baja Design, can't go wrong. So let's go. Got our brackets from Arango Fabrication right here. Again, links down below, amazon.com, super easy to get. And then our S1 pods. Easy to install job here. Mount the lights to the brackets, brackets to the truck, solder our wire, and we're done. Easy to go, guys. We're gonna get this started and have some fun with this install. Add more light to the truck. And I can't wait to show these all lit up at night. That's coming, I promise. I know you guys are asking. Pretty soon here, I will be able to show that and share that with you guys. A couple things I'm gonna do first is get the bolts off the side of the ditch light here. Take those out. New bracket, two options here. I can put the bracket on top or underneath. I am thinking, and you guys can let me know in the comments below if you think otherwise. I'm thinking underneath. The reason being is the XL80 bracket is so big that if I put it on top and put the new bracket underneath, I can slide over the chrome bracket to the XL80s as far over as possible, eliminating how much is hanging over the edge and any additional vibrations. Should be good to go. Let me know in the comments below. I did get longer screws for this, and they're pretty long. Might be a little too long. I only went a ½ inch longer. It shouldn't have been that drastic of a difference. Oh yeah, that should work, no problem. Old bolts it is. All right, I'm gonna slide the new bracket as far over as possible. That is tight, and we have to say that that's not going anywhere. Coming back with our XL80. A little challenge just getting that lined up, no big deal, but they're in, they're not tight. It looks pretty good like that. Plenty of room over here with this oval shaped hole for the new light to go on. So pretty simple, can get that in now. Yeah, it looks pretty good here. I like where everything's sitting. This is to be adjusted later. Once I get the lights turned on and I'm outside, I can adjust basically the right to left. I think the angle of the up and down of the light looks good. And also the angle of the new bracket is perfect where I can angle my S1s out. Pretty happy with that. So now I'm gonna just piece the bracket together for the S1 pod. Pretty simple. You wanna make sure that the mount is facing forward, so the angled portion towards the front. Before we do that, I'm gonna put the washer on the inside. Actually, I think these ones will call for the washer on the outside. Let's see how snug it fits. Yeah, very snug. Washer will go on the outside. Once they're on the truck, it'd be easier to get them exactly where I want them. And I made a mistake. Don't do this. Bolt has to go through first, guys. Don't make the same mistake I just made. But hey, that was good practice. Oh yeah, I could probably get it in. That is what she says. Sit just like that. Now that we have that done, I do have a washer I'm sliding on the bottom. This will go on the bottom side of the bracket. Now we have everything we need to mount our first S1 pod. All right, now that the S1 is assembled, I can put it on the bracket, which is nice here. The oval is big enough. I can slide this as far towards the center of the truck or as wide as I want. Plenty of room to rotate left and right accordingly. So as I get the bolt on there, then I can mess with exact positioning of where I want it to go. All right, now for the cable, I will do all the wiring at the end, but it's going to be run underneath, basically following the same line that the XL80s were. So install, super easy to do. Obviously make sure you have everything in your hands ready to go. But that's what the garage is for. I mean, overall, I think the fitment is awesome. If you look here, the angle of the S1s, easy process. I mean, we're just bolting things together at this point. The wiring, I will need to splice and do all of that. Solder, pretty easy. If you've watched my other Baja design videos, same concept. I'll show you guys how to do that here again momentarily. The purpose of the wide lights, rather than just being centered on the trail ahead of you, you'll have a wider peripheral view of anything that may be coming into your path, I guess, as you're on the trail. So just safety, overall safety, and it looks cool, why not? Guys, on the brackets that I have back here, the custom brackets that you can get on my website for the low profile tonneau covers, the chase light brackets, I currently have the S2 Sports mounted in an amber lens. You can also put the S1s that I'm mounting as the wide cornering light. They actually have S1s that are made for chase light setup. So kind of cool multi-use function of the ditch light brackets that allows you to keep your tonneau cover on at all times. Don't have to worry about taking them on and off whenever you're on the trail or riding it. Your truck is a daily multi-purpose. Keep them on there all the time. Looks cool too. The Baja design provides all of this wiring. Could be of use to some. Comes with its own switch. I will not need that. Don't need that. And I'll be cutting it off here. Other is the fuse. I've already got a fuse connected to my Switch Pro, so I'm good there. What I'm gonna do is just take these two wires, cut these shorter. That way I have a cable going from each light, driver side and passenger side. I'll splice in, solder them, and we'll get going. Should take a few minutes, honestly, to just get it started. All right, so I have the wire from the S1. I want to pause here before I run it. The bracket here itself, if you have it angled too far back and you open your hood, I didn't run into this issue. If you have it too far back and open your hood, it could damage your fender. So just be aware of that. All right, so with this wire, I am going to first plug in. Make sure you're underneath your hood. Fits snug, so it's gonna fight you a little bit, but that's good. Clipped all the way in. Now that we're there, I can go underneath this little foam pad, just like I did with my XL80s. I went around the outside. And there we go. Now I have the zip ties. I have 5 zip ties along the back side of the engine bay. I do have to cut the original ones. No big deal. This will be the last time I'm doing that. I'm not running any other lights alongside the back here. Rerun my wire over there, and then once I'm over there, then I can splice everything. So if you guys have the Switch Pro, I highly recommend mapping everything out ahead of time. That way you don't have to go back and disconnect or rewire, resplice, resolder, whatever you need to do in order to make your layout work. It's all based off the amperage, an amp limit, I should say, for each switch. So do things smart, do it once. I am gonna end up probably having to do it twice, not because of the amp limit, but because I am gonna make everything like flawless and immaculate under the hood once I have everything all set up. Altogether, this tool really helps. It is from the Switch Pro instructions just on the very back. So map it out before you start. So I have my wire from the driver's side. Now I just got to connect the one from the passenger side. It is snug. So once it fits in there, you'll know it's locked securely in place. All right, nice and snug in there. Then we got to run the wire under the hood. All right, once it's there, you have both cords. I'm gonna splice these, get them soldered to my yellow wire. Basically have enough slack where I can solder all right here above my battery, tuck everything down, and then fasten everything down accordingly. So first, we'll get the yellow wire out. And we will get the black wire for the ground, run underneath and grounded right here at my grounding terminal. All right, just so you guys can see what I'm doing now, before I splice everything together, I am gonna run this yellow cable around the back and up through. Get my box cutter. I'm gonna cut my wire down the middle. That way I can save the black for the ground. The reason I did that, a little excessive, I think, but I wanted to save the black wire once I pull it through. That way I have enough excess to reach my terminal up here for the power. I'm gonna splice all 3 of these together, use some heat shrink, go from there. Before I wire that together, I need my heat shrink. Twist them all together. Heat shrink is ready to go. I'm gonna solder it now. And boom. Once it's soldered, I will bend it over and we will get the heat shrink on there and we are in business. And obviously, gotta solder these 2 together so I can ground the lights properly. Yeah, is it even on? Helps to turn it on, I guess. I was like, why is this not working? Now that that is done, I can heat shrink everything and be good to go. All right, now that we have that soldered, I'm just gonna tuck it down, just making sure this is centered. A little bit of it's gonna hang out, but that's what this end is for. So tucking as much of that white wire in there as possible. Works pretty good. I'm gonna do the other half of it. Is it necessary? No, I probably could have tucked it all under one side, but I don't know. I like knowing things are done right. Now that that's done, what I can do is I can pull this excess wire back, but before I do that, I'm just gonna tuck the wires back into their black housing, and once that's done, so we have some excess, but it'll be tucked away and zip tied accordingly. Now we have our grounding wires, so I do need to splice these 2 together. Before I do that, let me run them where I need them. So under this bar here, first thing you gotta do is disconnect your battery. You should have done that first. Any electrical project on your vehicle, that is highly important to do. Now that that's done, let's continue where we left off. All right, now that I have everything I need, gotta get these 2 together. There's the grounding wire. We'll solder this really quickly. Good enough. Get this out of the way, then I will heat shrink that. All right, now I'm just gonna slide the heat shrink over. All right, now that that's there, I know I want terminal 4. The way I did that was from the beginning, 1, 2, 3, 4. So just alternating each one. So I know it's that one right there. Gonna connect my battery and then we'll give it a test run and see how it all works. Let's see. Going into the Switch Pro app, connecting to Big Z, and they are on. Hard to tell with the light right now, but you can see it's all worked great, guys. Pretty easy install, just tedious. You want to make sure you do things right, that way you don't got to do it a million other times just to correct some problems. But the lights are working right now. I just have them on the app, some quick actions as far as strobe, flash. There's my XL80s going down to my corners. I have them on flash right now. I could strobe them if I wanted. Right now they're both strobing. Just got to program some small things into the app. That way once I hit the button on the interior, they do what I want, and I just want them solid. Very happy with it. Easy install. Got to test these out at night now. All right, guys, we just finished the install. Super stoked. This is our 4th set of Baja design lights that we put on the truck. So we have the XL80s, the amber up front. I'm gonna shut those off. But now we just installed the corners, so let's give that a try. And whoo, man. So it's not up in your face from the front. We did the wide cornering. They're slightly angled out, I'd say 20, 30 degrees. So I am looking at probably, 30-degree angle from the driver's side headlight right now, and it is super bright. And let's see what the amber ditch lights on there, the XL80s. They look awesome, guys. And just for the fun of it, the chase in the pod holes out back. 4 sets of Baja design lights. I have plans for 3 more sets, or actually 2 more sets and 1 more light bar. Overall, I mean, the truck looks amazing. Couldn't be happier. And yeah, it was a fun, easy install. Hopefully you guys liked the video. Excited to have more fun with these, maybe for a night trail run. If you want to join, let me know. It's a wrap, guys. Baja Design S1 pods. You guys can get your set from buyp3.com using the discount code BGBaja10. Easy install. Hopefully you guys were able to follow along. If you liked the video, you know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys next time.